remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that in school, it was pretty much me like flailing my arms. I had really bad motor tics, like so bad, because I would always hold them in, and then it just like explode, and I couldn't stop. Just like ah, but I do that a lot, and you know, it's kind of weird. You gotta admit, it would be kind of weird if you don't know what it is. You see somebody in class start hitting themselves like really hard too, kind of like you can see bruises starting to come. You know, it's kind of, I don't blame people for staring because it is weird. You know, to have something so apparent. You know, you don't know really what to say or do, whether you should, you know, ignore them or, you know, look at you don't know what to do. um what I mostly tell people is, you know, just, I don't care if, I mean, if you're like close with me, I don't care if you stare. Yeah, I don't care if you ask questions. If you want to know about it, I will give you, you know, an answer. I will love to educate you. But I mean, if you're just going to be rude about it, I mean, I have I'll be walking in the mall and I'll have like a really bad tic, and the people will stare. That's inevitable. You can't stop that. Well, what you can do is you can ignore it. You know, it's not really your job to make sure everyone else ignores it. Go, hey, that's rude. You should look at me like that. You know, you can't do that. People will stare and people will judge, and you can't really do anything about it. I mean, if it's bullying, yeah, you can do something about it. You can tell a parent or a trusted adult, and you can put an end to it. I mean, if you're still in school. Me, I transferred out of school my junior year into homeschooling, and that was another tic. And for me, around the period where there's a 6 months period where I had left school and when I got back into it, where the bullying for me got worse. And like it was over the internet, people were handing out my phone number and, you know, spreading around horrible things like I needed to go to an asylum or something like that, a mental institution. You know, the quotes I had in my last video were actual quotes that people have said to me. And, you know, it's really hard to take that. And I speak for everyone out there that has, not only has Tourette's, but any sort of mental condition that they can't help. You know, even depression or low self-esteem or something, you know, it's still, that's hard to hear. And no one should be told that, you know? My biggest mistake, I regret it, but at the same time I don't, is not telling anyone about my problems. I didn't get diagnosed with Tourette syndrome until I was 16. And that was when it got really bad to where, you know, we didn't know what was going on. I mean, I've had little tics since I was little, and I tried to tell my mom, and she just really couldn't understand what I was trying to get at. You know, that was my first tic. I would do that, and you know, I just thought it was normal, like I'd get a chill. I thought it was chills. But as I got older, they got worse, and mine really start to tick out when I'm under stress, you know? And it went from doing that to doing that, and then to rolling my shoulders, and then it got to tapping and hitting. And then I would do that. So or I would tap my feet on the floor, and that drove everyone crazy. And I get told by teachers and by other students to quit it because I remember when I was in the 3rd grade, we had one of those out. I forgot what they're called, but the actual school building wasn't big enough, and they made classrooms, like their own trailer thing outside, like mobile classrooms, and I would do that, and it'd shake like the whole room, and I'd have people tell me to stop, and I tell them I couldn't help it, and I get it a lot from the teacher. She refused to understand, and I say refused because she knew I was ADHD, but she refused to believe that it actually existed. She was weird. But I get sent to detention all the time. I never went to recess. I always got in trouble. And, I could never understand why I was alienated. Why she picked on me or something I couldn't help. And, it's hard. Especially when you're little and you have something going on and you know that something is off. But you can't explain it. And it's hard as a little kid to really accept that. And as I got older, I just figured that was my normal, And a lot of the things I have issues with now, I'm still getting treatment for long-term issues that I have. It's hard, That's the one thing I regret is just never telling my mom what really went on, like how much bullying I actually got. And everyone out there, if you're being bullied, tell someone, because you're just doing yourself more harm if you don't. Because an adult can do something about it. That's one thing I learned. I would tell my closest friends what was going on, and they'd be like, yeah, we'll stick up for you and stuff, but, they weren't around all the time. And eventually those friends weren't my friends anymore. And they talk about me. And coming from someone who's been pretty alienated most of my childhood, it was hard to really accept that, my strangeness is driving people away, And this doesn't, like I said before, this doesn't go just to people who are Tourette's. It goes for anyone that has a condition that, whether it's a physical disability or a mental condition or whatever. I mean, it's hard. I can't say that enough. It is. It's really hard to accept that. That's the first thing you think of when someone doesn't like you, and they know you're strange. They tell you that you're strange, and you feel like that's going to be the reason for the rest of your life why people are gonna stop talking to you or avoiding you. Is just because they don't want to deal with you being weird. It's not the case. People can't handle things that they don't understand, I believe. And that's why I feel that we should spread more awareness about, any disorder, any syndrome, any disability. There should be more awareness, and people should know more, so they'll know how to interact with people who have conditions. I thought I might as well start, just to stand up for myself. Like, doing this it's really hard for me to do this because I'm not really a social person. I don't like talking. I don't like showing my face out there. But I've come to the point where, I have Tourette's. I am obsessive compulsive. I do have ADHD moments, and I do have social problems. That does not make me any less of a person, and I accept all of it. I accept myself for who I am. And in the end, that has made me a very happy person. You know, it is frustrating. It's so frustrating sometimes. But in the end, it's made me a better person. Because I want to help people who have similar, problems, that go through the same thing I did. No one should go through that. No one should feel alone because of something they can't help. No one should be bullied for it. It's been so much these days. The bullying has been such a big issue than what it used to be. It's not just, getting shoved around on the playground. It's not that anymore. It follows you home. It follows you over, the internet, your phone, it follows you home. And, it's kind of hard to escape it. It's hard to find any privacy whatsoever because there's people, for me, I found it very hard to trust people because I was always afraid that they'd tell my secrets and talk about me. Being obsessive compulsive, you live in pathological doubt. I doubt everything. You could be my best friend in the whole world, and it makes me feel horrible to say, but I have a barrier that I use to protect myself. But I'm getting better. Now that I'm out of school, it does get better. It gets so much better because I'm focused on myself. I have friends who do support me. It doesn't matter the quantity, it's the quality of people around you surround yourself with. If they accept you, if they're willing to go through the hell it is to be your friend, then they're damn good friends, and keep them around. Because you end up being a happier person. And I don't know how I went from talking about my tics to this, but that's the wonder of ADHD, I guess. You just skip around. But yeah, this is just a spur of the moment thing. I'm not sure how to introduce myself or end a video. I'm not really tech savvy per se. It's sort of words. But yeah, feel free to comment below. I love hearing people's responses, and if you feel like you can tell me your problems, I'll listen. I like helping people. I like giving advice. That's another thing. but a message for anyone who has Tourette's out there: learn to love it. Learn to make light of it every once in a while. It's not going away, so you might as well enjoy it. It can be pretty funny. It has those awkward moments that you can just laugh about later. But thank you for watching. Yeah, message, if you want, subscribe. That's awesome. I will try to make more videos and just talk about whatever. Bye.